Studios and theaters typically rely on a post-Oscar boost in business.
Well, this year it's the streamers who will likely see the most benefit. The Power of the Dog, Coda, Dune, Drive My Car, they are all available right now on HBO Max, Netflix, Apple TV Plus. Even still, theaters are betting you'd have a better time watching the same movie with them instead of on your couch.
The ease of access of being able to watch a film at home is great for people who need it that way, but unless you're willing to devote turning off your phone, putting all your problems to bed, whatever, so that you literally can just sit there and do nothing else. That's the next step that people have to make for themselves, but we take care of that for you here at the theater.
So that's one perspective. Here with several more, Denver 7's Russell Haythorne and tonight's 360 Report.
These days, we certainly don't lack for choices. Movie-going, or rather movie watching, has changed a lot during the pandemic.
The business is having to reimagine itself.
Fewer theatrical releases, more direct to streaming.
It's a whole different experience.
So let's write the screenplay for this 360, a script about theaters versus streaming, and where the experts and people just like you see the future going in terms of how we catch a flick.
I'm of the old school. I like the act of going to the movie theater.
Let's start right there.
So I'm Alan Dominguez. I am a film instructor at CEC Early College in Denver. I'm also an independent filmmaker specializing mostly in the documentary space.
As an award-winning documentarian, Alan believes there's no better way to experience a movie than on the big screen.
You want to see a bunch of strangers sitting in a theater experiencing a story that they've never seen before. And when it's your story, it's very, very special. It's magical. It's interacting in real time with that audience.
That's the beauty of the theater.
Movie buff Tom Clark couldn't agree more.
The theater experience it's magical. It's what brings the silver screen to light. That's the Christmas spark. Before the pandemic, you used to go and there was a crowd of people, and now you go and you're maybe one of 3 or 5 people in the audience. You can't experience it the same.
Even the movie directory outside one of Tom's favorite theaters is no longer the same.
And it would have a listing of all the different shows. You don't see anything, you just see Regal Unlimited.
It's a supply and demand business.
Those who make the movies are well aware.
So I'm Mitch Dickman. I'm the CEO and founder of Listen Productions, which is a full-service production company based in Denver, Colorado.
It comes as no surprise to Mitch when studios like 20th Century announce by 2023 they'll be producing 10+ movies for streaming and only 2 or 3 for theatrical release.
The cat's out of the bag and it's not going back. I think they're still experimenting, but it's definitely going to be a partnership. You can't just do one or the other.
Take these 3 friends, for example.
Definitely Disney Plus.
Lee, Tracy, and Jake represent that cross-section of consumers studios clamor for. Streamers plus moviegoers.
I haven't come across something that I can't find on Amazon.
It's like not the same. I'd rather be in a big comfy chair that I don't have at home and have food that I don't have at home, and the experience with the loudspeakers, the nice trailers, and when I'm walking out I'm like, wow, that experience was like great, not just the movie.
That's the magic movie makers want you to feel, but the reality is streaming is a much broader platform. It allows viewers access to a larger pool of smaller indie films, some that never would have been made without streaming. But the shift is also causing major backlash, like actress Scarlett Johansson suing Disney for breach of trust after they released Black Widow in cinemas and on Disney Plus at the same time.
And now a lot of the streamers are going for prestige and awards play, so it's just as important for them to get you hooked on Tiger King as it is to have something nominated for an Oscar.
The good news for theaters is that most will survive. According to Variety, theater revenues in North America reached $4.4 billion in 2021, up 91% from 2020, but still down from 2019. The major studios have slated 71 films to open in theaters this year. That's only 10 fewer than 2019 before the pandemic. And the beauty of the theater experience has not changed. not for moviegoers,
Hot dogs, popcorn.
not for movie makers.
I like sitting in a room with strangers and experiencing a story that is completely unknown to all of us. I love the magic of that.
Because you could watch it on your phone or on your laptop,
Yeah.
but you won't get half the experience because you want to hear like your eyeballs shaking in your skull.
And if it's a comedy, you want to hear them laugh. If it's a horror, you want to hear them, ooh. If it's a suspense or a thriller, you want to be on that roller coaster with the people.
Oh yeah, the tears when you're actually all sad.
Just that collective experience and being there with your audience,
Russell Haythorne,
it's absolutely special.
Denver 7.
All right, so let's hear it now. Have you been to a movie theater in the last year?
Have you?
I have, one.
If not, what's stopping you? We know it can certainly get expensive, especially if you have kids. So we'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this? Share them with an email to 360@thedenverchannel.com.